Hey guys, Mike back again with another story from the water. And listen, I know the last couple videos have been pretty intense with all the strange creature stuff and the underwater structures. But today's story? This one's different. This one showed me that sometimes the craziest things happening out on the ocean don't involve anything supernatural at all. Sometimes it's just about people, greed, and a fish that nobody should have ever caught. So it's Saturday morning, about 2 weeks after I rescued Marcus from the water. I'm trying to get back to some normalcy, you know? Just regular fishing, regular catches, regular days. I decided to head out to the east side, away from all that weirdness near the reef. There's this area about 12 miles out where the continental shelf drops off, and it's always been good for amberjack and kingfish. Weather's beautiful light southeast breeze, seas calm, water that incredible deep blue color you only get in the Gulf. I'm feeling good, feeling like maybe I can just have a normal day of fishing without any drama. Famous last words, right? I get to my spot around 7 a.m., start trolling with some live bait. Within an hour, I've got a couple nice kingfish in the box and I'm thinking this is exactly what I needed. Just a simple, productive day on the water. No mysteries, no strange encounters, just good old-fashioned fishing. Then around 10 a.m., my big rod goes off. And I mean it goes off. Whatever hit my bait nearly ripped the rod out of the holder. I grab it, set the hook, and immediately I know this is something special. The fish takes off on a blistering run, stripping line off my reel so fast the drag is smoking. This is no kingfish. This is something big. I fight this thing for almost 45 minutes. My arms are burning, sweat's pouring down my face, and this fish is not giving up. It's making these deep, powerful runs, and a couple times I think I'm going to lose it. But I keep the pressure on, work it slowly, and finally I get it close enough to the boat to see what it is. It's a bluefin tuna. A giant bluefin tuna. And guys, I'm not exaggerating when I say this thing is massive. I've caught tuna before, but nothing like this. This fish has got to be pushing 700, maybe 800 pounds. It's absolutely gorgeous, that deep blue back, silver belly, built like a torpedo. My heart's pounding as I work it alongside the boat. Now here's the thing about giant bluefin tuna, they're worth serious money. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars if you know where to sell them. The Japanese sushi market pays premium prices for high-quality bluefin. But they're also heavily regulated. You need special permits, and there are strict quotas because the species is overfished. I'm looking at this fish, doing the math in my head. I've got a general recreational permit, which technically allows me to keep one bluefin per trip, but this thing is so big I'm not even sure if it falls within the legal size range. And honestly, I'm torn. Part of me knows I should release it, let this magnificent creature go. But another part of me is thinking about my mortgage, about the boat payments, about all the bills piling up. While I'm wrestling with this decision, trying to figure out the best way to release the fish without hurting it, I hear an engine approaching. I look up and see this massive yacht coming toward me. And I mean massive, probably a 60-footer, gleaming white, looks like it costs more than my house. It pulls up about 50 yards away and drops anchor. I'm wondering what they want, if maybe they think I'm in distress or something. Then I see this guy come out on the deck. He's wearing expensive-looking clothes, designer sunglasses, holding what looks like a champagne glass at 10 a.m. He waves at me, so I wave back. "That's quite a fish you've got there," he shouts across the water. "Yeah, it's a good one," I shout back. He gestures for me to come closer. I've still got the tuna on the line, circling near my boat, so I carefully motor over to his yacht. As I get closer, I can see this guy is serious money. Everything about him screams wealthy: the watch, the clothes, the way he carries himself. "Name's Richard Castellano," he says, extending his hand. I reach up and shake it. "That's a beautiful bluefin you've got there. How much does she weigh, you think?" "Hard to say without getting her on a scale, but I'd guess 700 pounds, maybe more." His eyes light up. "That's what I thought. Listen, I'm going to make you an offer. $50,000 cash right now. You sell me that fish." I almost fall off my boat. 50,000? Are you serious? Dead serious, he says. I've got a buyer in Tokyo who specializes in premium bluefin. This fish, if the quality is right, could fetch over 200,000 at the Tsukiji fish market. I'll give you 50 right here, right now. I've got the cash on the boat. My mind is racing. $50,000. That's more money than I make in a whole year of fishing. That would pay off my boat, cover my mortgage for months, maybe even let me take an actual vacation for the first time in 5 years. I don't know, I say, trying to think straight. I'm not even sure if I'm legally allowed to sell it. Don't you need special dealer's licenses for this kind of thing? Richard laughs. Don't worry about all that bureaucratic nonsense. I've got all the permits, all the paperwork. You're just selling your legal catch to a licensed buyer. Everything's above board. So what do you say? Something about this doesn't feel right. The guy's too eager, too pushy. And 50,000 seems like a lot, but if the fish is really worth 200,000 in Tokyo, why isn't he offering more? Can I think about it for a minute? I ask. Sure, he says, but I can see the impatience in his eyes. But don't take too long. Fish quality degrades quickly in this heat. The sooner we get it on ice, the better. I motor back to my boat, and the tuna is still there, circling slowly. It's tired from the fight but still alive, still strong. I look at this incredible creature, and I'm really struggling with what to do. $50,000 is life-changing money for me. But something's off about this whole situation. I pull out my phone, and surprisingly I've got a signal out here. I call Marcus. He's been researching ocean stuff for years. He might know something about the bluefin trade. Marcus, it's Mike. Quick question, what do you know about giant bluefin tuna? Bluefin? They're incredible fish. Highly prized, heavily overfished, strictly regulated. Why? I just caught one. Huge one. And some rich guy on a yacht just offered me 50 grand for it. There's a pause on the line. Mike, listen to me very carefully. Do not sell that fish. If someone's offering you that much money that quickly, something's wrong. Giant bluefins are protected in certain areas, and there's a huge black market for them. You could be getting pulled into something illegal without even knowing it. But he said he's got all the permits. They always say that. Look, legitimate dealers don't cruise around the Gulf in yachts offering cash to random fishermen. They work through established channels, fish markets, proper documentation. This guy's trying to make a quick buy because he doesn't want any paper trail. My stomach sinks. So what should I do? Release the fish. Cut the line if you have to, just let it go. And get away from that yacht. These black market operations can get dangerous when money's involved. I thank Marcus and hang up. I look over at Richard's yacht, and I can see him watching me, waiting. Then I look down at the tuna, still fighting, still alive after all this time. And I make my decision. I grab my cutting pliers, lean over the side, and I cut the line as close to the hook as I can. The tuna pauses for a moment, like it can't believe it's free, then with one powerful thrust of its tail, it disappears into the deep blue water. Richard sees what I did, and his whole demeanor changes. He rushes to the rail of his yacht. What the hell are you doing? Do you have any idea how much money you just let swim away? Yeah, I shout back. I do. And I'm good with my decision. His face goes red. You're an idiot. That was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Maybe, I say. But at least I can sleep at night. I fire up my engine and start heading away. But Richard's not done. His yacht's engines roar to life, and he starts following me. He's shouting something, but I can't hear it over the engine noise. I push the throttle forward, trying to put distance between us. This is where things get really weird. His yacht is faster than my boat, and he's gaining on me. I'm starting to get seriously worried. What if Marcus was right about these operations being dangerous? What if this guy tries to do something stupid? Then I see another boat approaching from the south. It's a Coast Guard cutter, running fast with its lights flashing. Richard sees it too, and immediately his yacht veers off, heading east at full speed. The Coast Guard cutter doesn't pursue him but comes straight toward me instead. They pull alongside, and an officer calls out through a loudspeaker. "Sir, kill your engine please. We need to speak with you." My heart's pounding. I haven't done anything wrong, but something about Coast Guard officers boarding your boat always makes you nervous. I kill the engine and wait as they come alongside. 2 officers board my boat. One of them is a lieutenant, the other a younger guy carrying a tablet. "Good morning, sir," the lieutenant says. "I'm Lieutenant Chin. We've been tracking that yacht for the past 3 days. Did the man on board offer to buy a fish from you?" "Yeah," I say. "Bluefin tuna. Offered me 50,000 cash." The officers exchange a look. "Did you accept the offer?" "No, sir. I released the fish. Something didn't feel right about the whole thing." Lieutenant Chen actually smiles. "Smart decision. That yacht is operated by a smuggling ring. They've been illegally buying protected fish from recreational fishermen all along the Gulf Coast and shipping them overseas. The guy you talked to, Richard Castellano? Real name's Roberto Castillo. He's wanted in 3 states for wildlife trafficking." I can't believe what I'm hearing. I had no idea. "Most people don't," the lieutenant says. "They prey on fishermen who catch big-ticket fish, offer them quick cash before they can think it through or check regulations. By the time the fisherman realizes they've participated in something illegal, the fish is already gone and they're complicit." "So what happens now?" I ask. "Now? Nothing happens to you. You made the right call. But we're going to need you to fill out a statement, describe your interaction with Castillo, what he offered, what he said. Your testimony will help us build our case against him." I spend the next hour giving my statement, describing every detail of the encounter. The officers are professional, thorough, and actually pretty cool about the whole thing. Turns out they'd been monitoring radio frequencies and picked up some chatter about a big fish being caught in this area, which is why they came to investigate. Before they leave, Lieutenant Chen hands me his card. "You did the right thing today, Mr. Patterson. A lot of people wouldn't have. That tuna you released? It's probably a breeding adult, possibly 20 or 30 years old. Letting it go means it'll spawn thousands of offspring. You might have just saved the species a little bit." After they leave, I'm alone again on the water. The sun's getting high now, approaching noon. I should head in, but I just sit there for a while, processing everything that happened. $50,000. I let $50,000 swim away. Part of me feels like an idiot. That money could have changed my life. But another part of me, the bigger part, knows I made the right choice. That fish deserved to live more than I deserved the money. I head back to the marina around 2 p.m. When I dock my boat, Tommy from the bait shop comes running over. "Mike! Dude! I heard what happened! The whole marina's talking about it. Coast Guard called it in over the radio." Word travels fast in a small fishing community. Within an hour, everyone knows the story how I caught a giant bluefin, turned down 50 grand, and helped bust a smuggling ring. Some of the guys think I'm a hero. Others think I'm crazy for turning down that much money. That evening, I get a call from a number I don't recognize. It's someone from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They want to interview me about the encounter, about the fish, about the smuggling operation. Apparently my little adventure ties into a much bigger investigation they'd been running. The NOAA agent tells me something interesting. The bluefin populations in the Gulf have been declining rapidly, and a big part of that is illegal fishing and black market sales. Every fish like the one I released matters. Every breeding adult that survives makes a difference. "You probably don't realize it," the agent says, "but what you did today was significant. Not many people would turn down that kind of money, especially not in your line of work where every dollar counts." After I hang up, I walk down to the dock and look out at the dark ocean. Somewhere out there, that giant bluefin is swimming, alive, free. Maybe it'll spawn next season, create thousands of new fish. Maybe some kid 20 years from now will catch one of its offspring and decide to release it too. I think about how close I came to making a different choice. How easy it would have been to take the money, convince myself it was fine, that I deserved it. But I also think about what that would have cost me, not just legally, but personally. I would have known. Every time I looked at that money, I would have known where it came from and what it represented. The next few days are crazy. The story gets picked up by local news, then regional news. I do a couple interviews, telling the story of catching and releasing the giant bluefin. The Coast Guard uses my testimony in their case against Castillo, and apparently it helps them shut down a network that's been operating for years. I even get a commendation from NOAA and the Coast Guard for my cooperation. They present it to me at the marina, and all the other fishermen show up. It's embarrassing but also kind of nice, you know? To be recognized for doing the right thing. But the best part comes about a week later. I'm out fishing in my usual spot when I get a radio call from another fisherman working about 10 miles north of me. "Mike, you're not going to believe this. I just saw the biggest bluefin I've ever seen in my life jump clear out of the water. Had a hook in its mouth, looked fresh. You don't think?" I smile. "Yeah, I think that might be my fish. Still out there, still fighting." That night, I'm cleaning my boat when a guy approaches me on the dock. He's wearing a nice suit, carrying a briefcase. Great, I think, what now? "Mr. Patterson? My name's David Chen. I'm a documentary filmmaker. I've been following the story about the bluefin smuggling ring, and I'd like to make a short film about what happened. Would you be interested in participating?" We talk for a while, and it turns out he's legitimate. He's made several award-winning documentaries about ocean conservation. The film would focus on the illegal bluefin trade, using my story as a centerpiece to show how individuals can make a difference. "I can't pay you much," he admits. "Maybe $5,000 for your time and participation. I know it's not anywhere near what you turned down." "I'll do it for free," I interrupt. "If it helps spread awareness about what's happening to these fish, I'm in." He looks surprised. "Really? Really? When do we start?" So now I'm part of a documentary. They're coming out next month to film interviews, to ride along on a fishing trip, to tell the whole story. Marcus is going to be in it too, talking about ocean conservation and the importance of protecting marine species. It's weird, surreal even. A month ago I was just a regular fisherman trying to make a living. Now I'm some kind of accidental activist. But here's the thing I've learned through all of this: every choice matters. That moment when I was looking at that fish, trying to decide what to do, that choice rippled outward in ways I never could have predicted. One decision to do the right thing led to helping shut down a smuggling ring, raising awareness about illegal fishing, and maybe, just maybe, helping save a species. I still think about that $50,000 sometimes. I won't lie and say it doesn't sting a little, wondering what I could have done with that money. But then I think about that tuna, out there in the deep blue, and I know I made the right choice. Some things are worth more than money. So I guess the lesson here is this: when you're faced with a tough decision, when someone's offering you something that seems too good to be true, trust your gut. Do your research. Ask questions. And remember that the easy money usually comes with strings attached. That giant bluefin taught me more than just about fishing regulations and black markets. It taught me about integrity, about making choices you can live with, about being part of something bigger than yourself. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll catch that fish again. Maybe we'll have another epic battle, and this time I'll have a proper scale to weigh it on. But whatever happens, I'll make the same choice. I'll cut that line and watch it swim away. Because that's what you do when you really love the ocean. You protect it. You respect it. And sometimes you let the big ones go. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got similar stories about tough choices on the water, drop them in the comments. And remember, the ocean's not just our workplace or our playground. It's home to creatures that have been here millions of years longer than us. We're just visitors. Tight lines, everyone. And make good choices out there.